Good day folks, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another little chinwag from here in Llandudno, North Wales. Check out the view folks. Beautiful place to come for the sunset, as you can see. Snowdonia range, mountain range over there. Beautiful West Shore. Diganway over there, you can see that little mountain thing, that's where Diganway Castle used to be. Conway in the distance there. Anglesey, just where the sun's dropping. The Great Orme that I'm on. Beautiful part of the world folks. Anyway, today's subject, I'm going to ram two subjects into one really. I was going to do a video on each, but I may as well do them in both. I think I'm going to sit down here folks. Do you mind if I sit here? We'll sit here, shall we? Yeah, anyway, before I begin, the town is over there as well. Llandudno town is that way. Look at this, man. This is my homeland. Anyways, yes, today's subject I've realised how important it is to me personally. It's very important for me to take myself into nature and to surround myself with people that are kind of knowledgeable and just have good stories to tell. You know, just good company basically. And that usually comes in the form of elderly people. I'm going to touch on that in this video, exactly on that. So firstly, I've spent a couple of weeks now back here in North Wales, and I'm currently doing some voluntary work for an 89-year-old woman who has just retired from doing B&B, bed and breakfast, after 36 years of doing it, in this beautiful Welsh cottage in the countryside, surrounded by just nature, and her garden's massive. I'm tending the garden at the moment for her. She's trying to sell it. So I'm kind of trying to make the place look tidy and neat, and well, I'm trying anyway folks. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or not, but anyway, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm currently doing when I'm making this video. And she is so knowledgeable, man. She is so knowledgeable. She's a very switched on 89-year-old woman, very mobile. I mean, for 89 you wouldn't believe it. You really wouldn't believe it. And she's just amazing. She's so switched on. She does crosswords every morning. She just makes her brain active in the morning. She does about 2 hours of like puzzles and stuff like that online, things, you know, getting her mind going straight away kind of thing. And she's just got so many stories to tell. She's just so wise, so much common sense. You know, there's so much stuff I could tell you about this woman. Like, I could do a whole video on her basically, of how it just reminds you of how backwards we've gone as human beings in ways of how, yeah, we've got an 89-year-old woman here that I'm talking about, who is just puts us to shame really. You know, her memory is just so good. For example, I have breakfast with her every morning, and she's kind of noticed that I like to have one slice of bread, one piece of toast, and a bit of her muesli, because her muesli's delicious folks. And so every morning I get up now, she's got her homemade bread out ready with a little slice cut for me, with my favourite jam, my favourite spread. And so she's kind of taken on board what I like, and it's just little things like that folks. It's like, it's crazy, you know. I just find it amazing. So an amazing company to be with, you know, just like I say, so many stories. She's got so much life experience, and that's what I'm trying to talk about, is like, I love spending time with elderly people these days, you know, I really do. They've just got so many stories and so much experience about life. We've got a lot to learn from them, you know. And when I talk, I'm not, and this is general, now this isn't, you know, specific kind of thing, but I just, yeah, they've just got so much, you can just learn so much from them. I think we're losing that. We're losing a lot of our traits, we're losing a lot of our skills, we're losing a lot of our ways of life. We really are. And these more elderly people have still got that, and I think we need to start taking things like that on board and learning from them, you know. Like, she's been teaching me how to make lemon curd, for example. It's like a spread we make here. She makes her own jam, bread, marmalades. She makes her own little stickers on her computer for all this. She's amazing. She's up there with technology as well. So folks, I don't know, that's enough of like human beings anyway, but seriously, spend some time with some elderly folk who have got good life experiences, because you're gonna learn, and they can you can talk to them about stuff, and they've probably had an experience of what you're going through, and they might have some nice advice to give you of how to deal with it or whatever, you know. It's amazing, man. And she's such a good company as well. So anyways, with that, I did mention about taking myself back into nature, how important that is to me as well. So within her garden's huge, and I'm tending to all of these plants and doing all sorts of stuff around there, you know. And I just realized how important it is to me to be surrounded by nature, and just leaving my phone in the house, not having any distractions, and literally, hello mate, you alright? Hello. Very cute. Sorry folks, he snuck up on me then. Yeah, I just leave my phone in the house, and I'll just have 3 to 4 hours of doing work in the garden for this woman, and just all I can hear is bird song, the squirrels in the trees, the river that she's got going through her garden, the wind, just natural sounds, you know. And you don't understand, for me personally, how much that sorts me out mentally. It really helps me mentally. I don't know, it just calms me. It's just so nice. It's just to detach from technology and detach from everything, just for a few hours in the morning, especially for me. That's my routine. I wake up and I just kind of have a little bit of breakfast. I talk to this woman in the morning. We have a good natter. We have a good chat for about half an hour, and then I get to work, and then I just spend a few hours in the garden and just listening to nature, and that's amazing. So folks, if you can kind of do this kind of thing, this is why I like the help exchange thing, because this again it's amazing for that. It's just, this is what you get. You surround yourself by nature, and it's just you can disconnect from the stresses of life just for a little while, you know. So that's what I try to do up until about lunchtime. So yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last few weeks, to be honest. I've kind of detached myself from what I'd usually be doing. You know, I'd usually be kind of traveling around, chasing new places, looking for new adventures to go on, and all of that. But I've literally found solitude in my little valley in North Wales, staying with this 89-year-old woman and learning lots from her, and just being surrounded by nature. And it's really helping me focus, and it just really gives me time to detach from distractions, I guess. And just, it gives you time to really think about your life. And sometimes I'm thinking from my personal experience, sometimes you struggle to sit with your thoughts and emotions, you know. If you're going through a tough time, or you've got something you need to think about, or you're just procrastinating about something and you need to do something about it, sometimes just taking yourself to places like that are quiet and no distractions, you know, if you can just leave your phone alone for a little while as well, it really gives you time to think about stuff, and you get the answers that you want. That's quite often what happens with me. I'll be in the garden or something, and I'll just be, you know, something will come into my head, just because I'm giving my mind that time to be quiet. Because we're constantly, we're always looking for things to distract ourselves or to keep our mind entertained. External stimulation, they call it. So when you take yourself to these quiet little places like I am now, it just gives you time to really think about what's important in your life, you know. So anyway folks, we're going deep here. That's enough of the waffle. I'm off. I need to go and get some dinner. Look at this. So yeah, surround yourself with wise, usually elderly folk. Have some nice chats with them, get to know them, talk to them, ask them about their life, and if you've got any problems in your life, or you know, talk to them about it, and I can guarantee you they've probably had a good experience, or they've got some wise knowledge to give you about that. And to also take yourself into nature, definitely. Like this, there's some goats down there. I don't know if you can see them down there, the wild goats of the Great Orme, just down there. There's a load up there as well that I just saw. The Great Orme's beautiful up here. Anyway folks, if you're anywhere near North Wales, I'd highly recommend coming up to the Great Orme. Beautiful views over the whole coast. Like I say, Snowdonia National Park, that's the beginning of it right there. Anglesey, sun drops there, sunset. Woo! It's beautiful, beautiful. Anyway, I'm off. Enough of the talking. Take care folks, and yeah, get yourself out into nature. Seriously, even if you can just do one thing, just get yourself out into this and sit there with your thoughts. The answers you want will come to you. I can almost guarantee you that. Alright, take care. Until the next one. Peace.